Good afternoon. It is the San Jacinto Trail Report from just below San Jacinto Peak. My track's going up there behind me. And we've got some snow. I can't believe it's taken until Tuesday the 7th of January 2025 to say that we actually have some meaningful coverage of snow. But there we go. This is one of the driest winters on record for Southern California, and so far the driest winter on record for the San Jacinto Mountains high country. I'm below the peak because it's still pretty windy. So this snow arrived in a sort of an unusual storm. It's coming in from the northeast. We actually have Santa Ana winds. We have, starting tomorrow, a fire weather watch. Actually we have a red flag warning, even worse, for strong Santa Ana winds. So the jet stream came straight down from the north and is taking a bend around Southern California. So the winds came in from right now at the peak, they're from the northeast. Winds are about 40 miles an hour right now up there. Just came down. The wind chill was minus 13 Fahrenheit. Off the top of my head, that's about minus 25 centigrade. Air temperature was only about 13 Fahrenheit. Can't remember what centigrade that is off the top of my head, but pretty chilly. And we have about 3 inches this morning here at around the peak. It dusted. We had a few snowflakes in Idlewild, but it dusted to about 6,500 feet. I measured about 3/4 of an inch at 9,000 feet, and about 2 inches at 10,000 feet. So because the wind unusually was coming in from the northeast. Most of our storms come in from the west or the southwest. The eastern and northern sides of the mountain sort of got most of the snow. It looked like Long Valley might have had an inch, maybe even an inch and a half at 8,500 feet. But like I say, on the south side of the mountain, southwest side of the mountain, it was under an inch at 9,000 feet. It has, because it's been accompanied with strong winds, it has drifted. Not sure how well this is going to work, but you can see it's drifted fairly well in the trails. In spots where there was sort of barely an inch, I was getting about little drifts of 3 or 4 inches in the trails, and then a few yards later there'd be a bare patch where it was scoured out by the wind. So conditions are a little bit variable. I didn't use spikes for the next couple of days. Some hikers might prefer to use spikes. The powder is beautiful because it's come directly from the north, even a little bit from the northeast. It's sort of continental snow. It's got this feels like in the Rockies, it's got this real beautiful dryness to it. Lovely fine dry powder, not like our typical wet maritime stuff. Well, what used to be typical. We've been getting this more continental drier stuff has been a lot commoner in the last few years as the climate changes. So spikes could be useful for the next couple of days. Don't get too excited. This is going to change. Temperatures rise to above seasonal again in 2 or 3 days. By Friday the 10th, it's supposed to be well above freezing, even up here at San Jacinto Peak. So a lot of this, it's obviously very thin, so a lot of it will go pretty quickly. Some will stick in places that don't get the sun. But by next weekend, by the weekend, we probably won't have continuous settled snow again, which is pretty shocking for January, but that's the way this winter is going. And otherwise, obviously, for tomorrow, Wednesday, and again even on Thursday, winds remain strong. and obviously wind chills are bitter, so be prepared for winter conditions in the high country, and safe hiking everyone.